Okay, so this is going to be chapter 3 of PowerPoint. This is your final chapter for PowerPoint. And in this one, we may be doing some things that you have not done before. It is titled Reusing a Presentation and Adding Media and Animation. So some of the things we'll be doing is coloring a photo, adding an artistic effect, aligning paragraph text. We'll be looking at different views, ungrouping, and regrouping illustrations. We will be copying slide elements, inserting and editing a video clip and an audio clip. We will control the audio and video clips, insert entrance, emphasis, and exit effects. We will control the animation timing, change theme colors, change a theme and variant on one slide, and we will look at printing handouts. So you're going to want to watch the video, follow along with me doing what I do. At the end, I'm going to show you some other tips and tricks for PowerPoint that I think will make your final project for PowerPoint easier. So be sure and watch all the way through the end. So in this one, we're actually going to be opening a PowerPoint that's already created, and it's going to have 4 slides. The first one, we're going to be changing the background of the picture a little bit, moving the placeholder. The second one you'll see here, we're going to animate the bulleted list, and we're going to change the color of what this little biker dude is wearing. Here we're going to change the background of this picture, give it an artistic effect, and we're going to be inserting in video, and here we're going to be having the video play. So those are some of the things we're going to be doing. So before you start, you're going to want to make sure you have the Spokes PowerPoint downloaded. You're also going to need a bicycle sound and a bicycle video, and then this hidden bicycle picture. So make sure you have those downloaded, and we will get started. So here is my PowerPoint. If you're following along in the book, I'm starting on page 123, and we're going to start with slide number 1 and insert a picture. So I'm going to go to Insert Pictures. And we're going to look for wherever you have your picture saved. We're looking for the one that's called a hidden bike. Go ahead and hit Insert. And it's going to put it there on our screen. So the next thing we're going to do, over here is some new things. So this is popping up on my new PowerPoint. You may or may not have this on yours. I'm just going to go ahead. It looks really cool. There's some design ideas for you, but I'm going to go ahead and close that. So we're going to take this picture and we want to make it the full size. So we're just going to drag it. I know before I've said not to use the middle sizing handles because it will distort the picture, but we're going to go ahead and do that for this one. Okay, once we have the picture covering the whole screen, let's go ahead and do some coloring to that picture. So we're going to recolor it a little bit. So I've got my picture selected, and I'm going to click on my color button. And in my color button, you can see here, if you look at these, you can kind of go over them. It's going to give you the live preview of what they would look like. We are actually going to change ours to saturation of 400%. So basically, it's going to make it a more vivid. So we're doing saturation of 400%. And then while we're still on this slide, I'm going to skip around a little bit in the book, not a whole lot, but a little bit. So I'm still on this slide, but my picture is covering up my title. So I want to actually send it to the back. So I'm going to go send backward. I could click that several times, or the arrow next to it I can click and do send to back. That's going to take it to the back and bring everything else to the front. My Spokes Bike Club, we are going to change that a little bit. So we're going to resize the placeholder. Actually, I'm going to drag it where I want it. So we're going to end up with it up here in this upper right-hand corner. And we want to right align that text. And then I can actually resize that box so that it fits better. But I want my Spokes Bike Club kind of up here in the corner. Oops, grabbed the wrong picture. Looks like right about here will be good. Okay, we do not need a subtitle, so I'm going to click on the border to that box and hit the delete button on my keyboard. That will get rid of that one. Okay, now we're going to go to slide 3. Slide 3, we're going to do some artistic effects to this picture. So I'm going to click on the picture to select it, go to my Format tab, and I'm going to choose Artistic Effects. And we are going to want the artistic effect that is called Cement, which I believe is right down here. So I'm going to go ahead, see if it's going to click on it. Oh, and my PowerPoint's not being happy with me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit save to make sure things are saved. Okay. I'm going to try this again, artistic effects. And it looks like mine is not going to let me do it without freezing up. So I'm going to skip it, but you guys can go ahead and hit the cement. Don't know what's going on with it. And that's going to, I'll try it one more time. Nope. So this is the one you want. It's called cement. And you guys can see what that looks like on yours. I don't know if I choose another one, if that's even going to work. I probably should just leave it alone. Okay, so moving on. Okay, oh, there it went finally. I'll hit save. In PowerPoint, it is a good idea to save very frequently because there is a lot of times whenever you're working with PowerPoint, you're inserting lots of image files, maybe sounds and videos, and it can cause your computer, your program to freeze up. So I would recommend saving very often. Okay, so, all right, I think I'm back. Okay, so to change views. So this is the normal view that we're looking at right now. Right now you can see your working area. You're going to have your slide pane over here to the side and then down at the bottom. If I drag this up, you can see where it says click to add notes. Okay, so this is our normal view. The next button over down here on the bottom is called your slide sorter view. And that's going to show you all your slides. So this is a really great place to go at the end whenever you want to make sure everything just kind of looks like it matches together. Or if I wanted to move slides around, this is an easy place to move them around. All right. So let's go ahead and go back to our normal view. While you're down there, that's also where you have your zoom buttons. We are going to be looking at slide number 2, and we're going to be working on this little bicycle man. I'm going to make my notes a little bit smaller. And I want to zoom in so my little guy on my bike takes up about my entire screen, because we're going to be taking him apart and changing what he is wearing. So I want him taking up about the entire screen there. Okay. So carefully on this, because if you accidentally take him apart and then move something around, you're going to make him look like the oddest little man on a bicycle. So I'm going to click on my bicycle guy. I know he's selected because here's my sizing handles. There's lots of area around him. And we are going to ungroup him. So we're going to click the Group Object button. We're still on our Format tab, so make sure you're there. Over here we have Group. I'm going to click the button next to it and choose Ungroup. Okay, says this is an imported picture, not a group. Do you want to convert it to a drawing object? Yes, we'll see what happens there. And you may not have gotten that error message. So I've still got him. Oh, P is ungrouped. Okay, so it should have ungrouped him a lot more. Let me try again. On the Format tab, Group, Ungroup one more time. There we go. Now he is way ungrouped. I was just skipping a step. Okay, so now that he's ungrouped, you can see now every little piece of him is its own individual thing. So whenever you create a graphic, you don't just sit here and start painting things. You actually have little pieces and parts of an area. So we're going to click on an area of the slide that is not part of the clip to deselect it. So I'm going to come way out here and just click down here in the bottom. So that deselected it. We are wanting to click on his t-shirt. So click on his t-shirt. Be careful not to move it, but we are going to change the color of it. So what we're going to do here where it says shape fill, we are going to change it to a yellow color. There's a yellow. Changed his shirt color. Next, we're going to change the hub of this back bike tire. We're going to make it yellow also, so shape fill, yellow. And the front wheel, we're going to change that hub to yellow also so that he matches his bike. Okay, we are going to delete the background area. So this blue area, click anywhere on it and then hit the delete key on your keyboard. We also want to get rid of his little sweat droplets. So I can click each one individually and hit delete, or I can select them all by hitting Control. Oops, I think I hit something I didn't want. So I'm going to hit Escape on my keyboard. So I'm carefully just getting the droplets. I may have them all. I'm going to hit delete. Oh, I missed a couple. See here, I accidentally clicked on the other part, so I don't want that. So I click off of it. Got that one. And I got that one. And I'm going to hit delete. Okay. Next, the book actually shows you another way to do it where you can draw a picture around them. Sometimes I accidentally get the wrong thing in my picture though. All right, next we want to regroup these. So now that we ungrouped him, we're going to regroup him back together so that he will stay a little boy on or man on his bicycle. So what I'm going to do is I need to get to where I can drag around him. Right now I've got my move selected. So right here, I've got back to an arrow. I want to drag until I've got every part of him in there. And I don't know that I did. I don't know if that came with it. So I'm going to try again. Because I got to get all of him, but I don't want to get all of anything else. So there I've got him all selected. And I just come back up here to my Format tab and I'm going to hit Group. And that's going to put him back together. So now whenever I move him around, he is all combined and one object. Okay, I want to take him from this slide. I want to leave him here, but I also want to put him on the first slide. So I'm just going to right click on him and I'm going to do copy, go to my first slide, right click and paste. Okay, we're going to, oh, where is he? Uh-oh, I lost him. I'm going to zoom. I don't know what I did with my guy. Let me make sure this did not get send backward. Nope. Okay, I'm going to try him again. Copy, go to my first slide and right click and paste. There we go. I must not have pasted him. So I'm going to bring him over here and I'm going to make him a little bit bigger this time. I am going to use the corner sizing handles and we're going to make him look something like that. Oops. Okay, I'm going to hit save. Next, we want to add some media to our slides. So we're going to work on adding a video. You can insert videos that you have downloaded directly into PowerPoint. Now, unlike Google Slides, where you can just insert a YouTube link, you can't do that with PowerPoint. So this needs to be a video that you have downloaded. So we're going to go to slide 3. This is the one where we made the artistic picture. We're going to go to Insert, and we're going to go down to video here. So just like you insert a picture, we're going to do video on my PC and then find where you have that saved. And it is the mountain bike video. Go ahead and click on it and hit insert. It's going to take it a couple minutes and it will insert it. I need to pause my video. I'll be right back. Okay, we'll go back to PowerPoint, and my video has been inserted. It looks like it's taking up the whole screen. There's my video. And we're going to trim that video because right now this video, if I play the video, it looks like it's kind of long. It's like 32 seconds of watching this guy ride his bike. We don't need to watch him ride the bike that long, so I can trim it down. So what I'm going to do with my video selected, oops, grab the wrong mouse here. I have my video selected. I'm going to click the playback button and I'm going to click trim video. At this point, I can trim off the front and I can trim off the back. Okay, so if you know an exact start and end time, you can type them in or you can just drag these. So we're going to change them. We're going to drag the start time to 5.991. So 5.991. Or as close as you can get, and then you can come down here and do 91. Okay, so that is my start time. We're going to change the end time to 29.1. So I'm going to drag this one, the red one, over to 29.1, or as close as I can get, and then I'll type it. And so it's not going to start until it's almost at 6 seconds into the video, but then it's going to end at 29 seconds into the video. Okay, I can go ahead and hit play and pause here if I want to check it out, see what it's going to look like. Whenever I like the way it is, I can go ahead and hit OK. And that's going to lock it in, so then whenever your video plays, it's going to start and end at those times. There is a couple other video options here. We do want this to start not in sequence, but we want it to start automatically. So whenever this slide opens, it starts automatically. We want it to play full screen, meaning as soon as it starts, it's going to jump up and play in the full screen. And on the volume, here's our volume. We're going to change that to be medium. So we don't need the volume very loud because it just sounds like the guy riding over the ground. Okay, I am going to hit save because, like I said, video files and audio files and a lot of pictures does sometimes freeze up your program. Scaring me every time it's doing this, but it's always come back so far. Okay, next we're going to insert an audio file. So we're going to go to slide 1 and we're going to insert an audio file. So just like we did the picture or the video, we go to insert audio. There is a couple different options here. We're going to go to audio on my PC and we're going to find where that has been, wherever you saved it. We're going to insert pedaling sounds. So insert. Okay, whenever you insert it, you're going to get this little speaker here. We want to do some editing around it. So it looks like we're going to drag it down here to the bottom left corner. And we're going to do some options here. So here we've got some playback options. We want this one to also start automatically. We want it to loop until stop. That means if the bicycle sound stops and we're still on the slide, we want it to start again. We want the speaker to hide while it's playing. So during the show, we don't want to see the speaker down here. So it's going to hide that automatically for us. You could also trim your audio. So just like the video, we could trim it. We don't need to. You could also add some fade in, fade out, and adjust your volumes. Okay, I'm going to hit save again. Okay, we're going to go back to the video file. So slide 3. And we want to resize this. So right now it's covering up the artistic effect picture that we had done. So we can resize this just like we could our picture. So we're going to make it, say about there. We're going to drag it into the center. We're going to add a video style. So just like you have picture styles, you can have video styles. That's going to be under the Format tab. And here we're going to get our video styles. We are going to want the intense area perspective right. So Perspective right. There's left. Perspective right here. So I'm going to click on it. And so whenever the slide first opens, this is what you're going to see. And then the video is automatically going to jump up to full screen and start playing. Okay, we can go ahead and add a border around it. We're going to do the black border, so video border. We're going to make it black. And we're going to change the weight to be 2 1/4 so that you can see it. So it's kind of like a little TV screen there on our, oh, we don't want it to be black. Sorry, we want it to be yellow. Okay. All right. Next, we're ready to do some animations. So we've talked a lot about transitions, which transitions is moving from one slide to the next. Animations is how things come onto the screen. So we're going to do some animating to this bulleted list right here. And we're going to have this whole slide animated to where things come in at different times. Our little bicycle man's going to come onto the screen and then he's going to leave. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on our biker dude. And then we're going to hit the animations tab at the top. We want him to fly in. So we're going to find fly in. And it gave you a little preview of that. Okay, now you're going to see this little number 1 here. So we need to, now we're going to change, because that's the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to see this little biker dude fly in. We can change which direction he flies in. Here with the effect options, we want him to fly in from the left. There he comes. And then we want to do an emphasis with him. So here where we have our animations, we can hit the button, the drop down. Here's our entrances, here's our emphasis, and here's our exit. So whenever he's in here, we want him to teeter. So we'll click teeter. And then we're going to want him to leave. So we're going to click the button again, and he is going to fly out. Fly out. And we want to change the direction. So here we want him to fly to the right. So he came in, he teeters, and then he leaves. So we can go ahead and preview this. We'll hit the preview button here. Oh. All right. I do like to, the book doesn't talk about this, I don't believe, but you can also view, oh, it's not there. So there is an animation. Oh, here it is, animation pane. I like to see this because this I can see what all's going to happen to him. So this is one guy, and if I hit the arrow, you can change some of the things that happen. Okay, so previewing. Oh, he is just leaving. Why did it not all work? Hold on, let's try this again. So we want him to fly in from the left. Next, we want him to, oops, because I just had it doing that. Okay, so next I want him to teeter. So I'm going to do emphasis. Oh, nope, it's changing. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Sorry, it's been a while since I did this. So fly in from the left. Then we need to add an animation. Then we can do emphasis of teeter. Then add another animation, and he can fly out to the right. Okay, so that's what I was doing wrong, is I was forgetting to click the animation, add animation button. So now we have all 3 of these animations showing up here on our animation pane. So I was just replacing it, not changing it. Okay. Let's go ahead. We decide that this little guy's coming in too fast. So here is my entrance, the green one. I can also get there by clicking on the number 1. So if I don't have my animation panes showing, I could have just clicked on the number 1. We want to go up here to duration, and that's how long it's going to take him to come in. So right now it's half a second. We want it to take 1 whole second. So we're going to change that to 2.0. And we want it to wait 3 seconds before it happens. So that is the delay. So duration is 2 seconds, delay is 3 seconds. Hit the preview. Now we wait a little bit because we're waiting 3 seconds. Then we're going to see him come in. It's going to take him 2 seconds to get there. Then he teeters and he leaves. Okay, so next we want to change let me see, we're in the book. I think we're going to change the emphasis. Okay, so we want the emphasis now. We are going to, how does he start? Instead of on click, we want it to be after the previous. So after he comes in, he's automatically going to teeter. Okay, that's going to remove his number or kind of layer it behind the number 1, showing that 2 things are happening there at the same time. We're going to have him teeter for 2 seconds. And then we want him to exit. So exit, and that will be after the previous. And we want him to take 1 second to exit. Okay, so now I can hit preview. So it's going to wait about 3 seconds. He's going to take 2 seconds to come to the screen. He's going to teeter, and then he's going to exit. All right, I'm going to hit save. Next, we're going to animate our words. So you may have animated words in the past, but this time we're going to animate so that like each line comes on at a different time. So I'm going to be in my square here. I want to double click it so that it looks like a solid border all the way around that. I'm going to come up here to my animations and hit the more button. We want a fade entrance, so fade. And the reason why I wanted that whole thing selected with the border around it is so that it would make this happen to all of them. Okay, we're going to do start with previous. So with previous, meaning as the bicycle dude's doing his thing, the words are also coming onto the screen. We want it to take 2 seconds to happen, so duration of 2. And then we're going to hit add animation, and we're going to do some other effects to this text. We're going to change the start option. Oh, hold on. Add animation, and we want emphasis with a font color. So we're looking for font color here. So the font's going to change colors for us. You can change the coloring to make it different ones. We want this to happen after the previous thing. So after it fades in, then we're going to have the fonts start changing colors. We're going to add another effect, so add animation. Now we want it to underline it. So underline here. That should be with previous. So as it's changing colors, it's also going to be underlining it. Okay, so that's a lot of different things happening to our words. So if you hit preview, you can see, because we didn't animate the picture of the title, they're there. So here comes our little bicycle dude. He's going to leave. Our words are going to fade onto the screen, and then they're going to change colors. And they're going to get underlined. Okay, I'm hitting save. Okay, next we're going to change the theme and variant on one slide. So we've talked about changing the theme before. This time we're going to be doing it to one slide. So we're on slide 2. We're going to click on the design tab. We want the more button. So here with my themes, I'm going to want more. I want retrospect theme, which looks like it is. There it is. It has some brown on it. So that gives me a preview of it. So before, whenever we picked a theme, we applied it to everything. So I'm just going to right click on this theme, and I want to apply it only to the selected slide. Okay, I don't want all slides, just the selected slide. That's the only one we're changing the theme of. It wouldn't have mattered on the others because you can't see the background anyway. Okay, we do have some variants up here. So we have the green one. We're going to right click on the green one and apply this only to the selected slide. Okay, that brightened him up. He's not riding through the dirt anymore. And we can still change, even though we chose green, we can change that to be even a different color. There are 10 standard colors to choose from. So we're going to, select the green, then we're going to hit more over here. And we're going to go to colors. And so here's a whole bunch. There's 10 of these. And then you can also add your customized colors. So if you're doing this for your company or your school, so if it's a Mylan here, and I do a lot of PowerPoints for our school, I might want to change and set my own custom theme to be Mylan's colors. Okay, we're going to choose green here. And that's going to change a little bit of the theme. Okay, I'm going to hit save. Next, to run your show with media, let it get saved. You guys know how to run your slideshow. I usually start at the beginning. And I'm going to hit start down here. This is I think the easiest way to do it. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if you guys can hear the bicycle sound, but it should be making a bicycle sound on yours. Hit the space bar. It's going to go to slide 2, where I should see all of my things come onto the screen. Give it a second. There comes my bicycle guy. He's doing his thing, and next my words are going to come. We just have to wait for it to happen. Okay, and then I can press space. I want to put my third one where it's automatically going to start my video for me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just hit space to end it and space again to come back to where I was. Okay, so it should have worked. One more thing I want to show you, and I think I may have showed you this before, part of this chapter anyway, is the print. So we can always go to File, Print, and print all slides is not how I like to have things printed. If I'm getting something, oh wait, I do want all slides, sorry, but I don't want full page of slides. So this one is showing you how to print a handout. So you could print 2 slides per page, 3 slides per page. It says we want to do 2 slides per page. So I could click on that. It's going to print it 2 slides per page. And if I didn't want all my slides, I could actually tell it which slides I wanted to print. Okay, we're not really going to print, but this would show you how you can set that up. Okay, I'm going to go back to bring me back here. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 3, but I do want to show you a couple more things that I think makes PowerPoint, that's helpful in PowerPoint. One thing is you're going to have to insert your own recorded voice. So I'm just going to do that right here on slide 1. You've probably figured it out. If I go to Insert, Audio, you can do Record Audio. Now you will have to have a microphone plugged into your computer. So we're going to do Record Audio. You can name it whatever you want. I can hit record. I don't know if this is going to work while I'm actually doing this. So it is recording. I'm up to 3 seconds. I can hit here to stop it and hit OK. Okay, now if I played this, it would be me talking. So that's how you would insert your own audio voice into a slide. The next thing is your big slideshows that you're going to do for your final projects have to run automatically. So you can go in with your animations and your transitions and set everything to run automatically, but let me show you what I think is the easiest way to do that. Once you have everything perfect, you have your sounds in, you have your animations all set, they can all be set to click, it's okay. But you have everything the way you want it. Go to Slideshow, and you're going to go to Rehearse Timings. Now, whenever you do this, it's going to come up and start playing your slideshow. Every time you advance by clicking the mouse, it's going to record how long you waited before you did that. So if I do rehearse timing, it's coming up. It is recording it here, so I can see how long it is. I'm waiting for my bicycle sound to go away. I can hit space or click with my mouse to advance to my next slide. That's going to activate the next thing. Okay, now I'm going to wait for all these things here to happen. I'm just going to hurry them along. If I can. I'm going to hurry them along by hitting the next button. We're going to go to here. And okay, I'm done. Okay, so don't do that in your real one. The total time for my slideshow is 34 seconds, so I want to save the new slide timings. If I hit yes, what's going to happen then is if I play my slideshow, I am not pressing the mouse button, I'm not pressing the space button, and everything is going to run automatically for me. Give it just a second. It's got all these weird things going on in it. And it should be advancing. I think I took a while here. Okay, so everything is going to run automatically at that point. So those are the big things that I think you should know that's going to make your final projects a lot easier. So this is your final chapter for PowerPoint. You now have the 2 big PowerPoints to do, and then we do not have a hands-on test. We're going to do those 2 big projects instead, but you will have the multiple choice tests to use. So let me know if you have any questions.